Good morning, everyone. It's Randy. I wanted to come on quickly and show you this lace bundle that I have been working on and have a couple announcements. So one I will leave till the end. The other one is that I had a few things ordered that I was going to put into the bundle that were really beautiful. And I've been notified that they have been placed on back order, so they won't be making it into this bundle, but we will be getting them in another one. So I've got that to look forward to. I can't wait to see those pieces. They were really gorgeous that I ordered. So I can't wait to get those in and get another bundle started for you. But in the meantime, let's get to looking at this one. I've had to get up super early this morning and try to find a quiet place to beat all my family. It's Saturdays, noisy and busy and crazy. So not to mention it's super cold here. I don't know about you guys where everybody is. I know it's different, but here in North Carolina, we usually don't get winter until, I don't know, sometimes late December. And so it's October 27th today, and this week we have been really cold. We got a freeze one day. It's been in the 40s. It rained cats and dogs yesterday, really cold. So my body has not yet adjusted, y'all, at all. So I hope it's warmer where you are. Okay, well, let's get into this thing. I can't wait to show you all the beautiful pieces that I have found. This is one of my favorites that I came across. It's a vintage dress, and the way that I cut it up, I left part of the dress with it. I didn't want to just do the lace because I thought the cotton was so pretty and so well preserved, and I love the little pleats that it has here, and that goes all the way down. I love it when they put gray and tan together. I don't know what it is about that. I just really like that. So this is the exact size of the piece everybody will be getting in the bundle. This piece right here was so lush. I looked at it for a really long time before I cut it up. I left it to one of the last pieces because it was so beautiful. But this is a really good size here that I've cut up for you. As you can see, it's got some flowers. It's got a little shimmer to it. Doesn't have any netting in it. So it's, you know, like mesh backing or whatever. It's early, y'all. I hope I don't get YouTube brain on here. You know, YouTube kind of sucks the brains out of you and you're trying to find your words. I don't know what that's called, like the YouTube vacuum vortex or something. So anyway, this is a really good size piece that I've put in here for you. This was just a fun piece that I found, and I thought it was really cool. Had some geometric shapes in there. Now, I do have some pieces with some color in here, so, you know, even though this is a mostly vintage and antique lace bundle, I did put some stuff just for fun. So, whatever I could find. I thought this one was really cool. It's showing up a little bit blue on camera, but it's actually kind of a minty green. You could use this for your winter journals, even Christmas if you guys are doing a pastel Christmas journal. I thought this was really pretty, and it would be good for spring. It's very boho. This piece I love. It is a longer piece because I wanted to make sure and get all the design and the scallop in. So it's a more narrow piece, but you do have all the patterns here. I just love that flower cut out in the middle. I think it's really pretty. You'll find that I lack for words other than very pretty sometimes. So try to use my vocabulary. But here is a lovely dainty piece. It's a little floppy. It's kind of a corner piece. It came off of a dress, and I just thought that was so sweet. It's got some flowers on it, some viney things. Very pretty. This piece, I love the way that it looks. It's shimmery It was on a really pretty long dress that I found, and it has this kind of pinky peach backing on it, underneath it rather, and I think the two just look really pretty together. It's gray and silver, the actual lace is, and it's got some scallop on the bottom. You can see there. But I left the backing because, you know, sometimes you just need something. And so I thought that was super gorgeous. This is a tan piece. This was also a very beautiful dress. And you can see it has floral lace on there. This was just fun. I saw this and I grabbed it immediately. It's like fluffy stuff. I don't know. It's like little fluffy ribbon. You can see through it, and they sewed it on in the shape of flowers. I thought that was really cool. Kind of reminds me of Alice in Wonderland or something. I don't know. This piece I love. It's very Victorian in nature. Look at those little dainty flowers on there. It's just so sweet. I love this piece. I don't have a lot of this, but I did try to get some larger pieces, so they should be all about like that until I run out. This came from a wedding dress, and it's kind of got some mesh in it to hold everything together, but it's shimmery. It's very romantic. I thought that was pretty, and the sizes should be a good size. Here's some more tan or taupe. It's got a floral pattern in it. This I thought was really cool. It's black and white roses, or maybe those aren't roses, I'm not sure. Really cool flowers. Never seen black and white like that. I thought that was interesting. This piece I absolutely love. It is shimmery, and I'm all about some shimmer and sparkle, and it's pink with kind of a coral trim on it. Some of the pieces, I thought it had some scallop on it, but maybe it doesn't. I tried to cut around so you could get all the flowers on there, but you'll get a generous piece of that. This is some actual antique lace that I came across a bolt of, and everybody will get this size exactly, but I wanted to give you two of these flowers here. It's held up really well. Just gorgeous, gorgeous piece. This is beautiful lace. It's textured. It's kind of velvety on the flower and the leaves. Really pretty. I can just see that in a boho journal. Gorgeous. This I love. It is just one of my favorite colors of lace, and really super gorgeous. This I thought was really fun. All the pieces will be scalloped like this. I tried to cut them so that you know, it shows up like this, and that the pattern isn't cut out. You know, I didn't cut straight across. I thought that was a really fun piece. This is very interesting. I don't know. Reminds me of topiaries or something, but it's a scalloped on the bottom. It's more of a crochet type lace. This, I'm going to leave it sitting right here. It's the cutouts on the inside are the flowers, and then it's just got patterns around it. This is actually navy blue. I've cut a really generous piece here. I've tried to make these pieces as big as possible, guys. I know a lot of you said in the questions that I posted on Facebook that smaller pieces would be good, but I really wanted to give you enough to work with more than once, and so I decided to go ahead and cut them bigger. Now, my big and your big might be different, but in relation to the amounts that I had for certain laces, I cut as big as I could to try and make sure I could get everybody a piece. This is some sweet eyelet that I cut up. I thought that was really super sweet. This is also some scalloped lace. I cut in the middle there so you could get the scallops. It kind of reminds me of a lady wearing a corset. I don't know, can you see it? Or a flapper dress. It's got some sweet little flowers there. I have some Battenberg napkins that I've cut up, so everybody will get a quarter of a Battenberg napkin. I love using that. It's just so, I don't know, it gives such a presentation, I think. Now here is some vintage curtain. And I thought it had some sweet little flowers on it. Like that a lot. That's a really big piece. You could actually do a cover of a journal of this or have that for a really long time. This is a vintage tablecloth. I don't really like a whole lot of the vintage tablecloths. They look kind of cheap to me, but I thought this one was really pretty. It has a really nice kind of Victorian pattern there. All right, guys, we're going to get into some of the good stuff. So I also asked if you would like an add-on of embroidery or crochet. And I went ahead and just added it into the bundle. I had such a good time looking for all these things and cutting them up that I didn't want you to have to ask for that extra, so I just added it in. I found this gorgeous piece of embroidery, and everybody will get a couple of flowers here. There's a couple of different options in here, but I don't know what it is about green I'm loving lately, but I love this green, and this is such a beautiful green. You could use this for the holidays. You could use this for a woodland journal. You could use it for a fairy journal. Some of the thread is metallic. I just thought it really, really different. This was so fun. This is some coral fabric with some peach ribbon sewed onto there in the shape of flowers. All of these pieces are different. I tried to get everybody some flowers, so these are just little pops of fun. Now this is hilarious, guys. I couldn't resist. My husband thought I was crazy, but I found this sweater at an estate sale, and it had these beautiful snowflakes with buttons sewn onto it. And I just thought that was so sweet. So everybody should get a snowflake. There's some trim that has some buttons in it, so you could get a plethora of different pieces here. But it just has so much texture with the sweater material and the sequins and the buttons. I thought that was really unique and different. Now this is a piece of crochet, and this is so lush, guys. Like, it's one of those pieces that's really floppy and soft and satiny. The thread that they used, or the yarn, or whatever this is just so luscious. I love this piece. This is some more fun. I found this, and it has some fringe on the bottom. This is so boho. I can see it going in a boho journal. Not everybody will get the fringe, of course. There's only so much of that to go around, but you will get some of the, like the netting piece. But that color, too, was fun, I thought. Here's another crochet piece with some fringe on the bottom. And then we're getting into the doilies. I've cut up some doilies so that you guys could work with some of those. This one was really big, so it's a generous piece of this, and it's kind of flouncy on the end. If you see what I mean, it kind of ruffles up when it dangles. All of these are vintage or antique as far as the doilies are concerned. Here's another one. I mean, look at that. It's just Some of these things just blow my mind. You know, you get the plain doilies, and then you see those ones that really stand out. This one was pretty and pink, and somebody took a lot of time and pinched these together, and it just made it really adorable. This was a different one. It kind of had a different shape to it, you can see here, but I wanted everybody to have a piece of that. Now this one was very interesting. This is actually a piece of the doily pie that I cut out, and these flowers were dangling from the bottom with a leaf on it. Just super sweet, I thought. And this was a table covering that I cut out the circles. There's a bunch of these. Here is a handkerchief. I come across a lot of handkerchiefs in my travels, and I usually pick them all up all the time. I'm going to put some in my Etsy shop very soon. I don't have a lot in there. I haven't figured out if I really like Etsy yet or not. I mean, I do like it. I love seeing everybody's things on there. I'm having a hard time figuring out the shipping. I know I've mentioned that before. That kind of drives me crazy, but so handkerchiefs soon will be in the Etsy shop. I've also found some little golden bucks I'm going to put in there. Not real sure how to price those yet, so I may do a little bundle. I may do a choose which one you want option. Not sure yet. Some of them aren't as in good shape as others, but for what we do with them, you know, I really didn't think that mattered a whole lot because we can kind of reconstruct things. This I thought was really interesting. This is one of the larger pieces of this. I've left the ruffle on here, and it's got some bling in it, but I just thought that was very kind of regal looking. So I wanted to put that in there. This piece is really pretty. It looks like this is something that they may have fused onto this mesh. I'll just take it off of the backing and show you. And then they stitched in here. I thought that was really super cool. I've left the backing here in case you want to use that. Of course, it's crooked. There we go. This embroidery that I found was, I thought, very sweet. I love the leaves, the vines, and the pretty pink flower. And I found some bling, y'all. Got just some pieces of sequin. I did leave the backing on there for you. It's the only sequin piece that I have in here. I don't know, just had to put it in there. I just can't not do it. Okay, so now we're going to get to the pieces that I posted pictures of on Facebook of the vintage bed skirt, and this over here is the antique coverlet, and then vintage wedding dress. And this I didn't show, some vintage or antique lace. I'm not sure which, but it's gorgeous. This, it's got some really sweet little flowers in it. I've seen this a couple of times. This came out of the house for the estate sale for the lady that made doll clothes. And I found such sweet things in her house. Obviously, a lot of them are smaller because she was making doll clothes and things, but this was just something that I wanted to give you guys. I had a lot of it. So I'll put some links in there. This is the same, came from the same home. And I thought this looked really boho. Kind of looks like a mandolin. It's not stretchy, but there's a good piece of that in there. And then here is a piece of the bottom of the vintage wedding dress. Now, I don't know if you can see these precious little, I don't know, they look like antennas to me, but or the little insides of flowers that stick up. And the trim on there, I thought it was gorgeous. And you can see how big that piece is. There's a couple different ways you could get this. Some of the bottom pieces here, or there was some pieces that had some lace, some pearl trim on it. I've left the ruffles, you know, where I can. I didn't cut anything off. And you can see those little teeny tiny antenna sticking up again. I thought that was so sweet. But just love this. This is so pretty in person. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Sometimes you have to pay more for pieces like this, but to me it's worth it. I think that it's really pretty. This is some vintage lace, and it's a pretty generous piece in here. There's a couple different ways you can get this in the bundle, but this is one of the main ways. I thought that scallop was beautiful. Now this, I think, is my favorite piece in the whole bundle. This is that vintage bed skirt, and I mean, I just don't even need to say words about this. It speaks for itself, but it is the sweetest thing. When it's kind of folded up, it looks more pink, if you can tell that, but it's that real, just, I don't know, pastel-y baby pink. It's like almost a hint of pink is more so what it is, but everybody will get a really generous piece of this. This was a larger item. It was kind of expensive, like the wedding dress, but again, it's worth it. Love the scallop edges there, so I hope you guys have a fun time with this, and I really can't wait to see what you guys are going to make with it. Last but not least, this fabulously charming bed coverlet that I found. There's multiple ways you can get pieces in here because there was so many different patterns on here, but here's one of the ways, and I've not cut any out, so cut through anything. I tried to get, you know, everything in its entirety. So, and I will tell you, this was really expensive too, but it's also very delicate, and so I would not sew this onto anything unless you put it onto a backing maybe, and then it's kind of questionable. See how it's kind of falling apart at some of the pieces, but I thought that was part of the character to it. And I know we are always trying to age things, and I just think this is a precious piece. So one of you is going to get this really pretty flower. Sorry, I hope I'm not making y'all drunk with this, rolling it around in front of the camera. This big piece, it was all together, and I just couldn't bear to cut it up. So somebody's going to get this nice big piece in their bundle. Here's a couple of different patterns. It is all just, I don't know, it's just amazing to me. I don't know, it's so light. I guess this was just used for decorative purposes, but I know it wasn't out of necessity, so I just wonder what the history is behind this, and I'm so glad that I come across these things and we can use them in our journals. And I know they call these junk journals that we make junk journals, but to me they're treasure journals. I just I love finding things that are old and have some history to them and putting them in there and preserving them and giving them new life. I know you guys enjoy that too. It's just so much fun. Here's another one of those long pieces. So there's no telling what piece you could get. There's really not a whole lot of pieces that are the same in here. A little skirt piece with a little tiny flower. And see, here's another shorter flower. It just has such beautiful detail. Here's another really pretty flower piece. Gorgeous. So we're through the bundle. As you can see, even if I take this like off and just leave one piece of that there, this is a really big chunky bundle, and so you get a lot of lace in here you should have to work with for a really long time. So I hope you guys are going to be really happy with this. I want to give a shout out to Sherri. I bought some of her boho beads, and I got to tell you, the pictures just don't do it justice. So Sherri is Studio28E, And I'll be doing a journal with this for one of the digital kits that I chose from her Etsy shop. Again, Studio28E. So go check her out. Here's another one. I'm going to put this on a Christmas journal. Look how pretty that little snowflake in that bell is. Really super cute. I can't wait to use those. Now for the best part. I am going to do a giveaway, and here's how we're going to do it. So for everybody that goes to my YouTube channel, not the Facebook post that I'm going to put up with the YouTube video on it, but go to the actual YouTube channel, and I will link it in Facebook. It's Kirby Girl, one word, KIRBYGIRL. Like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will enter you in the drawing for one of these free bundles. I am going to include all the international folks. I know I have spoken with some of you in private messages, and the shipping is just too expensive for some of you, so I wanted to be able to give you guys an opportunity to have one of the bundles. So I hope that you will take the opportunity to go in and join the giveaway. So I think that is about it. I've really enjoyed putting this together for you guys. It took many, many, many hours of searching and cutting up material. Lace is not so easy to find in big pieces, so I love doing the legwork for you. I'm kind of obsessed with lace, so I really, really hope that you enjoy this. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I hope this video will get up relatively soon. Sometimes it takes forever to upload, but I'll see you guys soon. Want to also give a shout out to Sheila, who does her boho bundles of sari silks. I do actually was lucky enough to get one of her bundles, and I think she's getting ready to compile one right now, so look out for those on our Boho Daydreams Facebook group is where you can get those. You guys get on her list fast. I think she may have already closed the list for this time, just because her things go really fast. She has some gorgeous pieces, so thank you, Sheila, for doing that for us. We love those bundles, and I love our group, Boho Daydreams. So if everybody in YouTube land is out there wondering what the heck Boho Daydreams is, it's our Facebook group that Sheila has created for people who love the bohemian style. So check it out and see if you want to join our group. We love it. Everybody's very friendly. And that's it. Guys, go forth and journal and have a great weekend. Bye.